grateful and blessed. Thank you, God, for getting me out of that fucking house today.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand.
That is God. Think about, okay, this is a take that is gonna, I don't want the world to see me because I don't. That is how God feels. Think about being so hyped up in something. Think about knowing that you're good at something, whatever it is. Everyone's hyping you up. Everyone's saying you're all this shit, and you know you are. But you also have your bad moments too, because you are in existence, and everything that comes up must come down, and everything has a light side and a dark side. Every single fucking thing does. And that is just that it is. Have you ever thought that maybe God, that we've created this dynamic and this understanding of God, of him being the one that just comes in with the fucking and just answers prayers and just, but then we have the people that challenge him because they're suffering, that challenge his existence because they're suffering? Have you ever thought that maybe the way that God and divinity feels in itself is a mirror of us, where we are afraid of being seen by God? God is afraid of us knowing that he is not pure perfect. Yes, the oneness, the wholeness, God himself, God itself, herself, however you want to look at it, source, it is perfect because it is, because it just is. That is how it is. It is everything and nothing all at once. But think about that. We like to only think about the good parts of God too. We like to only think about the parts that we resonate with, that we like, that make us feel loved by God. Well, what about God feeling seen by us? We only want to talk about how good and amazing God is. Right, that's wonderful. But God also has gotten to a point where it's like, bro, look around and let's be fucking real for a sec. What you want to challenge in my existence in, what you want to say, well, God must not exist because there's suffering. Look the fuck around if we know that things are mirrors of each other. How is God supposed to ever just fucking solve the problem, snap of a finger, if the fucking cells, if the fucking organisms, if the fucking infection inside itself doesn't start working towards healing? That's us, in case it wasn't obviously obvious. You don't just get to sit and rot. You don't just get to sit and rot and think, oh, well, I mean, obviously there's not a God, because I wouldn't be suffering right now. I'm not gonna, and then also not seek medical attention. Like, let's think of, we all know those people in our lives that are like, okay, they clearly need medical attention, but yet they're not going to seek help, or they're not going to get medicine, or they're gonna sit in whatever it is. Maybe it's someone who wants to feel sorry for themselves, and so they think they deserve it, or whatever it is, so they sit and they avoid the healing. And then also pair it with thinking that because they're suffering, either they deserve it or there's not a God. What? God is suffering because you're suffering, because you're choosing to not fucking do the healing. Because it's just like when you have an infection in your body, if you think of God as being the body and us being the cells and the organisms and the fucking organs inside. I've said enough. I am stressing myself out with how in depth I can get with that, and I want to be done talking because I want to fucking listen to my music. So I guess stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot fucking more on that.